And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Pill Pod Emergent Values Series. Make sure to like the video on y'all's way, and guys, subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so you can see every time we got a live show up. Follow us on the podcast Instagram as well. We're live to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time right now. And if you want support, you can do that by hitting the join button under the video to become a YouTube member. That comes with some emojis for the show. Also, super chat in any of y'all's questions that you have for us today, especially for him if you have on life insurance or health insurance. Also, guys, go add our new channel. Type in Pill Pod Live. If you can go and add that new channel, we're trying to see if we can have a stream that's just all the live shows to see if the YouTube algo blesses us a little bit more. We're now on all audio platforms, such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the others. But yeah, guys, please make sure to add us on Instagram. And then, bro, my boy Brian Ottman, I haven't seen him in fucking forever. I'll to cuss for the first 10 minutes of the show, and I already messed it up. Good job, guys. The algorithm just is gonna bless me today. But no, thank you for coming on, bro. We haven't seen each other since church. Ironically, I'm a heathen now, I guess. I'm not a heathen now, but no. Sometimes we fall off,
Yeah, that's fine. We all do that. We all find back off, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I actually liked about having you on Facebook time is watching like your spiritual journey, because everybody has like a really cool spiritual journey that church, because we had such an intense like that was like anybody that left that, you're definitely on a journey trying to find something to replace that.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Go ahead and tell them, find you what you do and stuff.
Yeah, so I live here in Dallas. Here just a few minutes north of him, and I'm a life and health insurance agent. I'm completely independent life and agent. I love it. It's my favorite I've ever done. And man, yeah, I've been in Dallas almost 10 years, and I love this city, dude. I want to set some roots here, dude. I love, it's awesome. As far as where you can find me, Facebook's probably my most active platform. Brian Auman, BrianAuman, and then I do use Instagram too, and that's my last name, Auman, AUMAMAN, VORTHREE. It's Auman for 3. And yeah, if you want to connect, I'm always for that.
No, dude, that's awesome. JD, thank you for coming, bro, and thank you for letting me know it's a little laggy, man. I appreciate that. It stays bad for a little bit. It should clear up. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not connected to the Wi-Fi or anything, so we shouldn't have those issues. But hopefully it clears up if that's happening, man. But yeah, just for tonight, man, I'm gonna have some questions for him. We're gonna break down the difference between life health insurance, when you need one, when you don't need the other. Trying to show y'all some real value. These are a big deal in your life, guys, especially guys over the age of 25. We're talking a massive deal. Guys under 20 at 18, it's a huge deal to start thinking about life insurance, depending on the policy you get. So we're gonna break down a lot of this today, guys. See if we can give y'all some really good value. To start off though, bro, I just want to learn more about how you've been and stuff. How's life been since I last saw you, man? Like what you been up to?
Dude, so I think the last would have been like 2008, maybe.
Yeah, 2008.
Bro, I was golly, man, I was about 20 years old, man, and so you were just a little guy.
Yeah, I was just a little guy.
It's crazy how life just works that way, man. I have been all over the place. I'll tell you, as far as like my journey goes, man, and it's been more success, but the funny thing is like the more you fail and fail, and then when you do find something that you're successful at, you're able to then like use all of those failures as a means, as like almost like a trampoline into what you're successful at. And so man, it's been good. Yeah, man, I'll say this. My 20s were rough. I didn't know what I was about. I up in church, growing up in religion, and dude, I thought I was gonna like be like a youth pastor, and now I'm here.
Dude, same here. I thought I was gonna do that same thing, man.
I went, and honestly, man, it was just I started asking some questions, and those questions weren't perceived very by certain people, and so I wanted to be respectful. I wasn't like super bitter or angry in my moments for sure, but it was more just kind of like fading out of the background because I didn't really know like where I stood on things anymore. And
Yeah.
so spiritually speaking, man, I've been all over. Like I found my faith in. I would say I'm not an atheist. I'm not even agnostic. I wish I could be. I've had too many crazy experiences for me to be, but as far as just the organized business of religion, I'm not really interested anymore.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, it sounds like we're almost exactly like same when it comes to that. No, but the problem was for me, I was just a little bit young when I fell. I was like 15, 16, and it was Zeitgeist. Like I watched that documentary Zeitgeist. It took me all the way to the complete opposite side of the spectrum, like super atheist and
for
stuff.
sure.
So like I was definitely bitter when I left. Like, have you ever heard of people talk about in the red pill space, red pill rage?
Yes.
So like, I had like a red pill rage about religion, and I was like mad about like so much. I remember to like Pastor Scott Wilson, you know, and like asking him some questions, and like I was mad that he couldn't give me the answers I guess I wanted, you know.
Sure.
And it definitely made me like a little childish person. But no, it's really awesome because yeah, I've came full turn. It's miracles have happened that have made me pick up a lot, and it's just like yeah, everybody is just all on mainstream religion right now.
Right.
It seems like
Right. I think that there's a giant mint of people, millennials specifically. Like I'm
32.
Yeah, you're 32. So they think that there's a group of people that are going, hey, we've connected with our creator and we love it, but we don't want anything to do with the organized aspect of it. And I think that there's like kind of this grassroots movement of people like us that are going, we want to connect, but we aren't going to do this like sideshow thing anymore. And so there's, I think in the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to see new movements, and if ever there's new movements, there's going to be people who are going to try to capitalize on them.
Yep.
And that's just how it always goes. But those grassroots movements like genuinely like no, I had these experiences. I know God is real, but I don't want to affiliate with these people.
Yep.
I think that's going to be, in 15 years, I think that is going to be the majority of young people trying to seek out spirituality.
Oh, we're gonna see it so much soon. I can do. How's dating going? You know, because we're gonna do a dating here. So I was gonna wonder, how's dating going? I watched your post too on Facebook about dating. I kind of just watch always everybody's dating life, spiritual lives, especially people from like church time. You know,
Sure.
How's it going for you?
Dating's dating.
Yeah, it's crazy right now, bro.
Crazy,
I mean, I coach these girls. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'll see as far like I go on dates and stuff like that. I am now that I've had like even just a small level of success, I've become very I don't know if selfish is the right word, but I'm very particular with my energy.
Yeah, money, energy, attention, and time. Yeah.
Exactly. And me, like I have found like I'll go on dates, I'll go on these first dates, and I'm at my age, I want to be married. I know like maybe a lot of your listeners are like, I'm not gonna get married. Like I don't want to do all that. Like for me, that's desire. I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to have that city. But the fact of the matter is, like the older I get, the like interested in just hookup culture, the less I'm interested in just whatever. But dating, it's just been crazy. Like finding my same page that I'm attracted to is not easy.
Yeah, very hard today, man. Like I said, I coach a lot, so I see it all the time. That's why I wanted to ask. But yeah, let's get right into it. Talk about life insurance first. Or no, both. Why did you get into the insurance in general? Both of them.
Yeah, so I kind of the insurance industry. I had finished my undergrad. I'd started my master's degree, and a friend of mine, those friends from school, he was like, dude, I'm selling life insurance all of a sudden, and this is crazy, and it's awesome, and it's good, and I'm like, I like crazy, awesome, good money.
Yeah.
And so, he kind of pulled me in. He said, hey, this is how this works. This, whatever. And I'll be honest, I grinded for like a year and a half, and I made some money. I did okay with it. Life insurance was hard. It was a hard industry to bust into, and the reason is because a lot of people didn't see the value in it. When bills are tight, what's the first thing you're going to cut? You're not going to cut your going out to eat bill. You're not going to cut your streaming services. You're like, well, this insurance thing isn't doing much for us right now, so I'm going to cut. So for me, it was It was tough. And here's the thing though. And this was the most frustrating thing. I think the most thing that you could possibly do as a man is to have a life insurance policy on yourself. Because the matter is if you're a protector and if you're a provider and you want to be all of those things, that's great. But we have to come to terms with our own mortality. You're going to die someday. I'm going to die. And if I have a wife and if I have a kid, the most thing that I can do is pay my life insurance premium so I can continue to protect and provide for them after I'm gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so what I open is these women would fill out these cards online. You know, I would get my leads and I would get my thing, and I'd get these cards back and they'd fill them out, and I'd get on the phone and I'd talk to them and, you know, talking to the husband, talking to the wife. I don't do appointments without both of them there because I don't want to have to deal with, well, I need to talk to my spouse.
Big
for sure. So I'm sitting in front of it virtually or in person, and Ben is always the one that gives me the grief. Wife is the one that wants the insurance. Obviously, is going to take care of him. And I've had to look at men before, and I'm typically like super friendly, but there are sometimes you have to play hardball with people and help them understand. And I'll just look and be like, hey, sir, do you love your wife? Do you love your kids? Okay, cool. Well, when you're gone, if you don't want to cause chaos and turmoil for this family and for the people that you love, get your life insurance policy. You know. And sometimes you have to forward with people because they don't always see the value in it. That first couple years was tough. And then this last year, I had a friend that I had met through the life insurance industry. And he's like, dude, hey, I'm doing health insurance. You should come over. And let me take a look. I was kind of having a little PTSD from the first time around. And dude, health insurance is night and day.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. Different.
So,
but whenever it comes to what's your average day looking like? Like what do you usually do?
Yeah. So right now I'm 90% on the health side, and we'll get into that a little bit. And then I do insurance more as like a supplement. To if somebody's getting a health policy, I'm able to add in and all of that.
Kind of like how a lot of people do like the sick with life insurance.
Yep. Yeah, it's just
you're just doing health insurance with the life
with
insurance.
The life and the security.
I really like that actually.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is like it goes hand in hand. If you're gonna get health insurance, you might as well get insurance, especially if I can get it for you at a good price. Which when I'm able to bundle the thing, because I'm a broker and because I have contracts across the industry, I'm able to shop around and I'm able to hodge things together for you rather than you talking to some agent at XYZ company who's only trying to sell you their products.
Yeah.
Right? So as far as like what my day looks like, man, I'm at the gym. I try to be at the gym between 6:30. I like to spend my mornings just thinking, processing about what emails look like. I'm super ADD. Like able to run a business is a little crazy to me because like I have to stay organized. If I don't, forget it. But I'm at the gym. I usually try to go lift for hour, and then when I come back, I take a shower and I will go review any emails that I need to send. As an agent, I'm not just like a sales guy. I'm also the advocate and the go-between for the client here. So clients having an issue, filing a claim. So I'm going to be on the phone with the carrier, helping them with. I'm sending emails out and appointments that I've scheduled, and I've got these leads coming in. They're dripping in real time. I'm texting these leads, people who are filling online, want health insurance, and then it comes directly to my inbox. And the great part is they're exclusive to me, so I'm not fighting off like 7 different other salespeople to try to make this sale. These people are coming to me. The products that I have are freaking good, and so 9 times out of 10, I'm not selling, simply just fill applications out and giving people the correct information.
Because it's already people that want the product.
They already want it.
Yeah, already qualified for it.
Yep. And the great part is I'm able to figure out what they're paying and what deductibles are up front. So that when I build a plan out,
you're already beating it.
I'm not going to build a plan that's going to be 40% more expensive. I want to be able to come into them and say, hey, this is my little. There's like a little gimmicky sales thing that I do. Hey, I got good news and bad news. Which one do you want first? And they all say bad news. Oh, what's the bad news? Well, guys, I was only able to save you about $300 a month. I'm really sorry. I wish it could. And then they're like, that's the bad news. And I'm like, well, what's the good news? Well, we've completely eliminated deductible. So that $7,000 deductible you're paying, zero deductible plan, it's going to be $300 cheaper. At that point, they're basically like, okay, cool, sign.
Yeah, it's easy way to do it. That, oh, Hawk, we get an echo. Let me try to fix it.
Cool, no problem. So this is just my talk to everybody one-on-one here. I have no idea. So, Sergio, come back. This is Hawk.
Yeah.
So,
Hawk, let me know if it's still doing it, man. I turned the echo cancellation off. Just no, Hawk, I appreciate it, bro. You're not at all, man. I'm trying to find the solution. Hopefully, I found it whenever I click that button. If it isn't working, let me know again. But also, man.
So I'm talking to them. They're and so the application in, and then after that, I get through those through my leads for the day and once through my appointments for the day. I'm some days I'm done at 2. And some days I'm done at 5, and some days I'm done at 9:30. Like it really can't go into this industry thinking of it as a job.
Yeah.
This is not a job. This is a career. And there are no clock in, clock out. You if you want to do something like this, you got to understand. Like sometimes clients are can't talk to you till 10 o'clock at night. And guess what? But the thing, if you told me 5 years ago, like you took a phone call at 10 o'clock at night, like $2,500 for talking to somebody for 40, would you do it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna hesitate even a little bit.
Absolutely. So that's kind of how I've been. And the cool part is I'm in charge of my schedule. So if I can't take a call, I just my Google Calendar, and then the people can't set their own appointment. A lot of times that's what happens when I have these leads. They'll have links to my Google Calendar, and they'll set their own sales appointments for me. And at that point, just it's awesome. It's awesome. So there's not a lot of offers for life insurance, but I'm able to come in behind the health and say, hey, listen. If we're taking care of the hospital stuff, we're taking care of the major stuff and the dental and all of that. But if something really bad were to happen to you, do you want your wife and kids taken care of? Cool. Well, let me add about $50 worth of term life insurance, and we'll get you a couple $100,000. So if I or get terminal cancer, things have living benefits on them, and you're going to get paid out. Your family, or at least your family will. So yeah. It's and so my day is different every day, but if I end early, I try to do a second day in the gym, or a second go around in the gym, and then, man, I love to cycle. I'll just go to White Rock and I'll go ride that a couple laps around. I'll go hang out with friends. Big food guy, as you can tell. But no, man, that's part of the reason Dallas is because when I am done with work, I can walk out my door and there's just a million things I can go explore, and I can go, like we talked about, going on dates is a lot easier when I don't going home for Christmas. I don't have to ask anybody. I spent 4 months, April, May, June, July, 4 months in Wisconsin. That's where I grew up. And I just parked my sister's bed and breakfast, and I got to hang out with my nieces and nephews for 4 months, and I'm doing it at home.
Yeah.
And it's given me the freedom, ability to just travel wherever I want and do whatever I want.
You can work from anywhere if you're doing mobile.
Yeah, this isn't I haven't talked yet, but I'm in the works and looking like, okay, what would it look like to park myself in the field months, sit on a beach, drink out of a Coke, and sell health insurance in America? Because why not? You get one life, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember I was in the street forever. I was waiting tables, did some fine dining stuff, and times where my niece had a birthday party, or I needed some time off, and I would submit it and get rejected, and I would miss a friend's wedding because of this. And I just remember angry.
Yeah.
That why can I don't want permission to live my life. I want to go and make my money, and I want to do what I want to do, and just coming on this, like today, I didn't have to ask anybody. I didn't have to have anybody cover my shift.
Yep.
I just said, okay, cool. Yeah, Sergio, let's do it. So
benefits of working for yourself, man.
Exactly.
A lot of people know how good insurance can be. Is the money good when it comes to this type of stuff, or would you say it's just average? How does the money come in when it comes to life insurance and health insurance?
It's better. It's the best money I've ever made. I go into specifics on what I make a year. I don't that right now, but I will say that I have 23 agents that work. I have a handful of them are super full. If an agent is making less than $10,000 a month, something's wrong. Say that.
They're just not doing. They're just not reading it,
they're
the
not
script
reading.
or something.
Right. I'll say, and all these numbers are and they're not guarantees, and it's sales and different. But typically speaking, you'll make about $1,000 a sale. If you break that down to 10 sales a month, that's 2.5 sales a week. That's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but it takes effort. I'll say this is I wouldn't say that if we're going to say the difficulty of selling life insurance is a 7 or an 8, health insurance is a 3 or a 4. It's still sales. You still have to know how to talk to people. You still have to present and provide value. But if you're just a humble, willing to like learn, I think most everybody can do this job.
Yeah, health insurance sounds way easier. Because explained it of how you do the packages. Yeah, how can you say no to that?
No, and the thing is people are looking for it. So my niche, the people that I target as far as like advertising or the IMO that I'm with, it's all small businesses, small business owners and 1099 employees. People aren't getting stuff through work, and they're business owners. The other thing is because they're small business owners, typically they have a little bit of money. You're the clientele that I'm working with and that my agents get to work are people who have at least need to spend $5,000-$1,000 a month on health insurance. Now I'll agree with everybody. The insurance industry is broken. The health insurance industry, the medical system's broken. It's all broken. One of the kind of like my little catchphrase, I would say, listen, health insurance sucks. I make it suck.
Yeah.
That's because it does, and it does suck. But when you have an advocate, somebody who's going to go for you, somebody who's able to have contracts to shop around for you and say, okay, let's get our major medical here, and let's get our dental here, and then let's get a matching plan here, and we can hodgepodge. Now you're in the best situation because I'm able to figure out exactly what your needs are and what your budget is, and then I have the contracts to make it happen. So do all my agents.
It's really crazy to bring in life insurance and health insurance together, because it's the health insurance to keep you healthy, so you die, so you don't need to use the life insurance, guys. What is the big difference between life and health insurance? We say.
I mean, it's as far as I mean, one covers your family if you pass away. The other one is going to cover your medical.
Yep.
I mean, that's basically the base. Now within life insurance, there's different kinds of life insurance, and so the two major ones is going to be a term life and a whole life. I'm fan of term. This is like Eagles versus Cowboys on the internet, like insurance agent, like term life, and I want home life.
Yeah. No, I used to sell it, so I totally understand what you mean.
And so everybody's got their own opinions on what's best. I think term is best. Is one, it typically will provide you a death benefit. And we're talking upwards in the whole life is great because it covers your whole life. So where term is going to cover up your time. Typically, a lot of people that I sell term life to say they've got a house, they bought a house and they got a 30, and let's say that 30-year mortgage is at $400. So what I'll do is I'll get a 30-year term on the breadwinner in that family, so that, and basically with the understanding that if the breadwinner passes away, that money goes to pay off mortgage of that house, so that the surviving spouse and kids, aren't with nothing, and they've got a roof over their head. And now you have a $400,000 investment that's paid off, and so they can sell it, or they can just live rent free for the rest of their lives, like whatever they want to do with it. So the term, I like term life best. That's my favorite. That's what I specialize in. Whole life is great too. I'm sure people if you're on TikTok for any amount of time, you're infinite banking TikTok stuff, and a lot of that stuff is true. Some of it's a little
clickbait,
little clickbait, like far-fetched. Like you can't do everything that they're saying you can do, and that would be too long of a pot. That would be a podcast.
Yeah.
But whole life is cool because typically it's going to cover you until you're 20 years old. Typically, if you're out living your whole life policy, you got some good health insurance, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
So, the whole life is good too for what it is. typically I see whole life policies I sell to older folks, paper burial expenses, $10,000-$50,000 just to make sure that leaving,
because it'll be really cheap.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, and then accumulate. Unlike term, whole life's going to, for the most part, accumulate cash value. Meaning, if you wanted to borrow against it, you could.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's where
there's so many strategies, and it's why like there's the guys that have securities and they try to do the term, savings and all that stuff to become self-insured. There's so many different paths. Someone get started, would you say?
If somebody, like, as far as becoming an agent, or like,
both, like, trying to do.
So I'll say this: if you're paying, like if you're paying for your health insurance, I promise you it's probably too much. I have a lot of resources that number down and to eliminate deductibles. So if you need a healthcare plan, or you need a life, just contact me through my socials that we talked about at the beginning. Instagram is Almond for 3 MANFORTHREE. Shoot me and then or on Facebook. You can just go to my website too and just schedule a call with me. It's BrianAlmondInsurance.com. And I can get you set up. Underwriting takes like 7 days. And we can get you. It'll be awesome. And then let's say you want to learn more about agent, as far as like coming and working with me, and that same process. BrianAlmondInsurance.com. I just added a button to the website, and so basically click on it. It says join the team, become an agent, and we will actually pay for state licensing classes.
Is there any license for health insurance?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same license. So you get, at least in the state of Texas. You get your life insurance license at the same time.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty dope. Yeah. So your health and life, we're gonna pay for the classes, and then we're gonna pay for licensing. You've got to carry your own admissions insurance in case you do something stupid, the liability.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So there are some costs to get started. None of them. It really just goes to Uncle Sam in the state of Texas for licensing purposes. And then, and then again, this is not a job as much. This is a career. Are going to be costs. You're gonna buy your own leads, right? Mm-hmm. I buy my own leads, and there's a cost associated with that. Any marketing, anything like that. It's just like a real estate agent, or it's like
I just think it's cool. You can buy leads. Whenever I was doing it, buy leads, and that's probably what turned me off, was not being able to buy my leads.
I'll say this with the leads. So when I was over on the life insurance side, there are companies, certain lead companies out there that will sell the same lead over and over and over again. And I'm number 7 in line from somebody filled a form out, right?
Yeah.
The great part about the people I work with is they are all disgruntled ex-life insurance people, and they promise to us that when we get our leads, they are 100% exclusive to us. They are the hottest leads I've ever worked in my life.
So cool, man. That's how you guarantee money right there.
Yeah,
you just need workers.
It's a money printer.
You just need workers. You need people that you can keep hiring all day long. Guys, this is an awesome way to do it.
And like I said, like if you're a full-time agent not making $1,000 a month, something's wrong. And even if you're just, hey, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm just somebody that just wants to do this part-time, like selling a policy a week bring you in an extra $4,000 a month. No problem like that. But on average, that's what we could.
It's just it all comes down to like how many phone can you do in a week, and then you're getting a certain percentage that works out. Hawk said most consider insurance a scam. Mean Obamacare doesn't work?
Nope.
He just had to do this with my mom's house. She just was Alzheimer's, and the only job that she's qualified for is president of United States. Apparently, my sister and I set it up.
That's funny.
So her house gets paid off when she passes, which I hope never happens.
I hope it never happens. And honestly, and one of the things that makes a good agent, especially on the life side, is empathy. Mm-hmm. Like empathetic person walking in and like you are helping those people prepare for the worst possible scenario. So it's really easy, I think, for sometimes veteran insurance agents to become numb to the conversation around death.
Yeah.
But I have an excellent insurance agent is somebody who can sit across from somebody at a table and be like, listen, the hardest day of your life, let me help you prepare for it with actual concern and care for those people.
Yeah.
Sure.
You remember Chris Shepard,
Yeah,
I'm guessing,
I know
and
Chris.
like Liz, and everything that happened. Yeah, that's one of the best examples of why life insurance is a deal right there. A lot of people don't understand it until you don't think it's a big deal until you need it. It's like a carrying.
Yeah, Chris is a great dude, man.
Yeah, dude, I was him. Yeah, that's who I was doing stuff with before. Was with them. What's the greatest thing you've learned from doing team building recently? Like building the tone for you under you.
Yep.
Like what's the biggest thing you learned doing that? You'd say.
Think there's a couple of, can I give you a couple of
Yeah.
them? Sure. So I think as far as building and bringing on and building agents, most people are struggling right now. That's what I know. And people are looking for opportunities to, like we talked about, build a personal brand and do something outside of their 9 to 5. I have done every sort of different kind of job that you can.
Same here, bro.
For Target. I've done I've done my online hustles. I've done coaching. Like I've done all of it. And I'll say this, as far as like team building, is understanding that everyone's struggling and everybody is searching. And I think that there's a lot of bullshit, like people that want to sell courses on how to get rich. There's a lot of bullshit, just people who are like want to suck time and energy and all of that stuff. People are struggling. Treat people like people, and understand and empathize. And not this too, like a lot of people who are now making a lot of money, don't forget how hard things were when you were searching for opportunity, and be empathetic towards those people. And at the same time, at the end of the day, it's a business and business decision, of course. But I think empathy, your recruits, and understanding that everybody is looking to get where you're at. Man, give it away give away like your knowledge. I think knowledge is the best thing that we can give away for free, which is why I think podcasts like this, and I think podcasts in general, and just the way the internet, like there's so much free knowledge on free value. You could get, like, I have a master's degree. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree. And if I was 18 and could do it all over again, I would have gotten into insurance and I would have never gone to college.
Yep.
With the internet. Now I graduated in 2006. It was a long time ago. So listen, I had a Facebook in 2006 when you still had to have an EDU. That's yeah.
No, I remember when everybody at the church had Facebook first, and I couldn't have one. I remember it.
You had to have an EDU address.
I had damn MySpace, bro.
Yeah, dude, MySpace, bro. So, guys, I saw a side note. I saw like a meme or something on Twitter of this teenage kid or this girl that was like, I wish we could like our top 10 friends.
Oh no!
Twitch. And I'm like, has nobody told this woman about MySpace? Like,
poor child.
And then somehow could you imagine if you could add music to your Twitter? Like when people show up, like, dude, like we've been though.
I get older, they stay the same age.
They just stay stupid, man.
That's so funny. But yeah, I think that would be as far as team. I think too also, communication is king. Think that I have a group chat with all of my agents, and we're all in there supporting each other. If he makes a sale, like, we're going to be posting it in that group chat, and everybody's going to get excited for that person. I don't believe that life is a game, and so I believe that we can all win. 100% believe I want to continue to have an abundance mindset, and if there's ever a switch between, pumping crappy jobs for 10 years, and this is just this understanding that there's an in this world, and if you are willing to go look for it and go and celebrate others' wins, your wins will win. So like communicating those wins, that I think is a big thing, and just really a support system for every, all the agents are supporting each other.
Yeah, I think the buying the leads is a huge deal. People really underestimate that. You're right, Hawk. It's a very good business model. People can do stuff like that. It's a business model, man. Is there a way to make sure you're not being scammed when you do get a current policy that you're just like instantly you're like, oh, like, you shouldn't have got this because of this, for either one, for health insurance or life insurance?
So I wouldn't call it a scam, but I think deductibles are bullshit. It's my own personal opinion. I don't like them. I think if I'm paying a premium, especially on the health side, there's no deductibles on the life side. But if I'm paying a premium every month, don't tell me I need to pay $10,000 before my insurance kicks in.
Yeah, that's how they all are, 8 to 12, like that.
Right, and in catastrophic situations that might be applicable. But
like if you have cancer for 5 years and you're constantly going on.
Right.
Yeah, that's when those caps are cool.
Yeah, but the cool part is when you get with somebody like myself or an agent, we have resources so that like if you do have cancer, that specifically will give you extra. Or you do have a heart attack, that's going to give you. So I think as far as like scams go, no, it's not a scam, but I'm not a fan of high deductible that people don't want to have to pay to use their insurance that they're paying for.
Yeah.
And I usually fit deductible into their monthly payment. They're like, oh well, our policy is only $400 a month. Like, okay, yeah, but you have a $10,000 deductible. So divide that 10,000 by 12 and add it to that 400. Oh, it's really closer to like $1,300-$1,400 a month that you're actually going to be paying because of the high deductible. So that I again, but I'm not a fan of that. I think too, on the life side, this is the biggest thing, and this is the thing that I cringe every time I see a policy that's written. A lot of times you can see certain policies that will come in. Let's say it's $100 a month. It's a 30-year term policy. It doesn't include cash value, but it's going to have a higher death benefit. So let's say years 1 through 7, it's $100 a month, and then randomly, magically, that $100 years 8 through 30 will jump up to $1,100, $12. So, and it's built into the contract. Well, what's going to happen? They're going to do what? They're going to cancel.
Yeah.
Well,
they lose the money.
The insurance company just made 7 years of premiums on that person
because that's the person that wrote the contract.
Right. I believe in a level term product. I don't sell anything to where the price goes up regardless of inflation, regardless. You're going to pay $100 today.
I didn't know they did stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That sounds like the worst scam ever with life insurance.
Yeah, it's not good. And the hard part for me is I see this little will come in and I'll be, hey, can I take a look at your policy? Because I'll do policy. I don't care if you're a client or not. You just want me to look at your policy to make sure you're, policy reviews for anybody. So little comes in and shows me, and I'm like, this thing's going to jump 250, 300% in the next 2 years. Like, somebody took advantage, and then the insurance company.
Yeah, that's crazy though. I've never seen that before. So, but a level, you want to get a level.
You want to get it if you're going to be in a term policy, get a level term policy. That'd be my.
Okay. What is, in your opinion, the option for people with a low budget when it comes to doing, both of them? Is there like a set thing that's usually good if you're a low budget person?
Yeah, I would say for low budgets, first of all, health insurance. Low budgets are hard. With you, if you're looking for health insurance I'll say this: I don't work with the ACA. I don't do anything with like the Obamacare stuff. Like that's not my field. But you can get those. You can get those things subsidized, and you can go through if you have a low budget and you can't afford private healthcare. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
That's the only
I don't
way.
I don't like the plans, but it's
because they're all high deductibles.
High deductibles, and a lot of times, they just are. I don't know. They're just good plans, and so you can do that and go the ACA route if you've got a little budget. Like there's lots of different companies. I'll say this: if you're a single person, under 30, who's relatively healthy, I can get you into something really nice for under $300 a month.
Wow. And then so it has a job and their health insurance to their job, or are they able to like get stuff through you and they don't need it?
I do that a lot too. Like, I get my leads and those people are business owners, but because of my, a lot of my friends are like, I'll make posts like, hey, what? I'll just tell them, hey, inbox, tell me what you're paying and let me see if I can beat it for you. Mm-hmm. And so what I do, these people are like, yeah, my work's paying half, but I'm still paying $1,100 a month. I have an appointment this week with a family who's paying, for a family of four, paying $900 a month with an $8,000 deductible. And I'm like, can you help you, please?
Yeah.
It's wild.
So it's like people that they like really need based off their job usually.
It's based off their jobs and jobs, or if they're getting it, if they do have them, they're able to subsidize through
and the jobs don't mind if you do this all, like if their employees do insurances and stuff.
Not typically. It's no skin off.
It's off their back because it's probably, if anything, less of a write-off for them.
Well, also too a lot of times these jobs are paying of the insurance.
Yeah, they only pay for half of it.
So if you say, hey, I don't want it, then that's just money.
It's money that they don't have to spend, and usually it would be a write-off for the money that they don't have to spend.
Right.
what's the best option for people with a high budget? Would you say?
High budget. If you need to spend, I can get you into a bougie medical plan, with some awesome, and then I have these like supplementary plans. Basically, what it is, let's say you put in $500 a month, it's going to match that $500, and now. And it's you can use any medical plan. So here's what I.
But what's like those policies? I'm guessing that's an expensive
No.
one, right?
So it's not a premium payment. It's a savings account. You're going to put $500.
Oh, HSA.
Similar. It's similar to an HSA, but it's more matching than it is savings. HSA, you're going to put $1,000 in. You're going to get points of interest. This is going to be like a 1-to-1.
How is this possible? It's just the insurance. It's the insurance company.
So it's not health insurance. It doesn't buy as health insurance, but what it does is they do take a maintenance fee out of that. For 35 months it grows, and there is a cap on it. And so there's fine print for sure. Like, let's be very clear. But if you've got money, here's the cool thing. This is where I market it. I market it to a lot of moms who want to get they've had their 4 kids and they want to get their boobs done or their tummy tuck or their nose job. You can use it for any reason. It doesn't have to be qualified.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really cool product.
That's cool.
So highly.
This is how a lot of these girls been getting done. People like this guy.
Seriously, and I made a post about it. I made a post a couple weeks ago, and I had 3 or 4 single moms that jumped in and said, "Hey, I want to get this done." Okay, here you go, and I'm signed up.
Yeah, so it's not insurance. You can still use it just like insurance.
So many out-of-pocket expenses, because let's say there's no insurance plan is perfect, but if you have any out-of-pocket costs at all, basically what they do is they send you a debit card. You can swipe the debit card at any medical facility. You can't go buy with it.
Yeah.
You can't be buying
any medical facility.
Any medical facility. It'll even work at the Walmart pharmacy too. Subscriptions, any out-of-pocket expenses, or any elective procedure.
That is really cool,
so
man.
For me, I'm on a weight journey, and I'm gonna have some loose skin. It's inevitable. I've got myself into this so that when I hit that 100 pounds down, I can go get it done, and it's already paid for.
That's so cool. So cool.
So
I can't believe that's even a thing.
I didn't believe it until like our company presented it to us, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell the crap out of this.
Yeah. It sounds like an easy sell right there. Especially women. Women are the biggest consumer base. We're gonna talk about that later on tonight with the show with the ladies. Depending on, is there any strategies that change significant purchasing? Like, would you say that any older that are watching, they definitely need to think about something now? And then is there anything for the younger guys that they need to really think about right now?
Yes. So insurance, especially on the life side, life insurance will never be as cheap as it is today. It will always and inevitably go up as you get old, because you become more of a risk to the insurance company. So
you start at 18, it's gonna be way cheaper for a whole life.
Here's what I'm telling you. When I say get into a level term product, get into a long-term 30-year level term at 8. Not married, you don't have any kids, but maybe you want to have them someday. That level term, that premium never. We talked about that.
Yeah.
So that premium will never go up. So now you're 18 years. Let's say you get $2 million worth of term. 5 years, 10 years later, you get married. God forbid you die. Well, now you were paying that 18-year-old price for dollars of coverage, and now your wife and kids have a legacy. So if you're a young dude or a young woman, get your ass a life insurance plan now. Do not wait till you're 30. Do not wait till you're 40. Do not wait till you're whatever now, because it's never going to be as inexpensive.
Yeah, get a level pot, and the younger you are, the cheaper it is.
Right. Exactly. And then as far as is like on the as far as like being older side, it's same concept, and it's never going to be as cheap as it is today. And even if it is or 60s, there's still policies for you. Are they going to be much more expensive than the 18-year-old? Yes, but it's still better than having nothing at all. Yeah. And the cool thing is you got to find something that works in your budget. When I'm there talking with clients, when we talk about budget, hey, listen, does this price work for you now? Also, does this price work for you in December when it's Christmas and things are tight? Does that because I don't want you to hit the top of your budget and then cancel around Christmas time or whenever that is. I want you to be able to use this. I want you to be able to keep it. And so sometimes I'll be like, well, yeah, maybe we should lower it a little. I would much rather put them in a better position to have a policy that they can actually financially keep than just try to make a few extra bucks.
Especially if it's a term one, because then they would lose all the money.
Right. And they're going to just cancel it. And
Yeah,
lose the money.
It makes a lot of sense, man. So, man, that's really crazy. I learned so much today about like health insurance, and I already knew a lot about life insurance, but now you really just filled in so many gaps when it comes to health insurance.
We'll get an application.
Yeah,
started surgery.
Yeah, man. I honestly, I'm glad I got into life insurance. I never got into health insurance.
It's not too late, my friend.
Yeah. If I wasn't art, bro, I'm setting up systems for 2 other businesses right now. I'm setting up those systems. I would totally get into a whole nother one.
Absolutely.
But nah, man, guys, y'all need to check him out. I didn't even know this. Like, if anybody's trying to get into life insurance or health insurance, it sounds like it's the best gig. If you can buy your leads, guys, y'all need to hit this guy up if you're trying to get into that right now. If they're a country, can they work for you, or is it only Texas can work for you?
Across the country, all 50 states, anybody that wants to work, I will personally train you. That's my promise to the agents, is that we'll jump on Zooms and I will let you listen in on pitches. I tell people this is like, I'll hold your hand to make sure you'll be successful. Only thing I need from you is I need you to promise me you're going to show up. As long as you show up, and as I can see that there's like effort being put forth, and you are buying and you are doing those things, like I will go backwards to make you successful. I'll just be for transparency purposes, just to be completely honest, I actually get more fulfillment out of helping other people make money than I even do selling myself. So for me, I love the coaching aspect of it, and I would love to coach anyone that wants to come and work for me. I will make sure that you will be successful. The best people, it's so funny. The best job are hungry guys right out. You just want to make some money. They're 21, 22. They're ready to roll. Home moms, because this is a completely work from home thing. Mm-hmm. There's something about that mama bear mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they want to
provide, but they want to provide for their kids, and maybe they're single moms or whatever. Those are some of my best agents because they don't want to have to go wait tables for 12. They want to be home with their kids, and they want to be a good mom, but they also need to make money. Yeah. And so those are really, really good. It's of mine. And then just anybody who just desires to level up their life. Money isn't everything, but money will get as far as like, money doesn't buy happiness, but money will buy you time, and time is happiness.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
And so I want to help people basically buy their time back.
Yeah.
And we've all been in those 60, 70, 80 jobs, and we can barely pay bills and searching for years. And I found my, and I'm never quitting. Like,
no, that's dope,
Wall Street. I ain't going anywhere.
I ain't going.
Leaving.
Yeah. Guys, man, that's an awesome job, guys. Interested. I know a lot of y'all do need jobs sometimes watching this show. Yep. If anybody's interested, please check them out. I really can't believe that you can buy the leads. You could do it from anywhere. Like, this is really, honestly, sounds like a fucking awesome if anybody's looking for one.
Absolutely.
If anybody just needs a policy, hit him up. I'm sure he's gonna save y'all money on that too.
Yep. This
was an awesome value episodes, bro. I loved having you on as one of our first people on for our emergent value series. I feel like you some awesome emergent value, really good value, bro. But yeah, guys, he'll be back tonight with me for the night show. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I'm gonna check the echo, bro. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with that, and we're gonna restart the internet to see if the internet's something weird between the now and the show. But I appreciate you for helping me out with that echo, man. But yeah, Hawk, I'll see y'all later. JD, peace out, guys.